Hello YouTube, it is Moon here, otherwise known as Will, bringing you the first ever episode of the Boom Beach Base Guide series, where we will be learning how to create a proper base defense, and how to, utilize all buildings, defensive towers, mines, even regular resource buildings. I will also be showing you all the tax strategies in this series, how to use your troops effectively. But today's episode, we're just starting off with how to make your base the best it can be with what you have. Now, this can apply to all levels. Anyone who's max level, they can't be stopped. And I think max level is like, what, 60? Maybe even 100? I don't know. Even to like level 13 players who have basically nothing. So let's just get started here. Now, as y'all can see, this base is just totally not safe. I mean, you have the missile launcher up front, and you have everything else just scattered about. You have mines in just odd places. You have flamethrowers that aren't gonna help, foam cannons that can't even fire, and it's not safe. Right now, what I could go ahead and show y'all these layouts, but I don't want to. Why? Because this is how to turn your haphazard base that can't repel a simple rifleman attack into something that, someone with grenadiers can't break through, someone with tanks can't break through, right? Now, I'm not saying that if you have like 4 level 1 sniper towers arranged around your base that's gonna somehow repel an entire tank onslaught. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this guide's here to help you survive longer than how you would have normally. So let's just jump into it. First thing you want to do is, while making your base, move all your buildings to one side. That can give you room to work with, or figure out the general area that you want to set up your base. Now, I'm thinking that a good back strategy, having them fight their way in, is probably the best thing. So let's just sort of move everything out of the... Let's see, statues. See, you got plenty of room to place statues, so they shouldn't be arranged haphazardly. But if they are, then that's a problem. Now, you can mess up your base even more like this, and if you don't have a good solid plan, then it's gonna be a while before you can, successfully make something. But seeing as how I'm a level 30 player who has all the room in the world to work with, I'm pretty good. Now, what you want to do is pick up your building and take a look at the back. See, headquarters can fit perfectly in there, so that's where we're going to place it. Next thing you want to do, if you have flamethrowers, I would recommend putting them around the middle sides, right there. See? They have overlapping fields of fire. Now, next thing you want to do, if you have a missile launcher, place it right there. If you have a single mortar, place it right there. Why? Because mortars and missile launchers, very close fields of fire, or very long ranges, but, they can't really defend themselves. Next thing, grab your machine guns and move them into these positions. That should help fortify it, and seeing as how I have 4, I'm going to have an oddball, right? That's alright, though. Now, next thing you want to do, grab your mortars. Have them flank the flamethrowers. So, that way you now kind of this sort of pyramid shape. Now, grab a sniper tower, place it there. Grab a sniper tower, place it there. Actually, you know what, let's place it right there. Now, I have a good amount of sniper towers, so I'm going to create a sniper tower haven right there. Now, I'm not going to do anything more with those because now I'm going to start arranging these buildings around the sides. Now, you're probably thinking, what? Why not have them? Why not finish all the defenses? Why not put the rest of your defensive towers there? Because these can act as a sort of buffer zone that some people aren't gonna really decide to go through this, or are gonna decide, hey, let's just troll this person. Let's take out their side buildings. But you know, as they're doing that, your forces or your towers are scoring hit after hit after hit on their forces. So they're gonna be losing their forces a bit quickly, and you know, you might end up winning due to this. So it's alright, you're not going to lose any resources, so just scatter them in a zone where they're not really touching, but that they can still be of major use. Now, after you have a little ring set up, start getting the remainder of your towers all scattered about, and sort of try to fill in that final zone. Now, I have cannons here, and those cannons can be very useful. And notice that when I picked up the statues, it doesn't come up with a health, or it doesn't really have a health bar. So they can't be destroyed, and they don't really serve as a blocker. They just sort of serve a decorational purpose. So don't really try to include them. Just use them to kind of fill in like empty spaces, and I guess just make it look cool. So kind of like this. So let's move you about there. See, now look at that beautiful statue collection. People are gonna be like, oh my gosh, this guy's so amazing, he has statues. Doing my best South Park voice there. Hope y'all enjoyed. Now what you want to do is try to use your defenses wisely. I mean, if you don't, then people are going to decide, hey, let's rip into this guy, and then you're kind of boned. That got to go. Let's have this machine gun there. I'm moving you. Let's place you there. Nope. Do I have enough room? Do I have enough room? No! Okay, I'll adjust everything. That is perfectly alright. Now let's finish this up. Finish arranging the buildings in a sort of defensive formation. Let's place the quarry right there. Let's place that right there. You have a good field of fire. I didn't know I could do that. Okay. And actually, let's move you. Actually, no. Now that you have all your buildings arrayed in an actual defensive perimeter, start arranging your mines. So mines can cover a 3-block radius. So in between each mine, you want to have 2 blocks worth of breathing room, because you don't want to have 2 mines covering the same square. That's just a waste of mines. Now, while you're sloping them, just make a rough guess of where 2 blocks would sort of be. So that way you can still cover as much and try to cover your whole property instead of just part of it. Now, let's see. How many more mines do we got? 2? Perfect. We might just survive on this base. And there you have it. You have a new base. I mean, I would probably be a little bit scared if I were taking on this base, because as soon as you break through the first lave, you're effectively boned. I kind of like this one. I don't know if I want to save this. You know, yeah, I'll save it. But, and, well, there you have it, guys. Another pretty defensible base, if you ask me. And, I mean, if I were attacking this, I'd be pretty darn scared. So, yeah, that's how to turn your how to make a strong-looking base out of a whole bunch of nothing. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Basically, about all you really need to know is what each tower has for a field of fire, and that's about it. Make a strong base like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them down below in the section dedicated for comments and suggestions. Other than that, have a nice day, you guys, and